Hello. I know we're not dancing today. I may have. Sorry about that. Need to turn that down. I may have accidentally clicked on Alizé. So we're gonna start this a little early. It appears no dancing intro. When last we left off, Emmett Silk had come and bothered us and had said very mean things. They weren't actually mean. He was just kind of like, hey, work with me. Let's see if we can cooperate this time. And everyone was kind of like, no. That's a little suspicious. So we're gonna see how that works. Give me 1 sec. I am gonna adjust my door and then we'll get started. Alright, here we go. Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly been given much to ponder, but first things first. We should report to the Exarch. You can run along, Dimma. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. Oh, nice. Let's do it. Doink. Alright. Pendants. And up we go. Ah, welcome back, sir. We've been expecting you. You will find refreshments laid out in your quarters. I just realized I forgot to click over to the live scene. There we go. I'm good at this. Now you don't have loading anymore. My bad, folks. You will find refreshments laid out in your quarters. We hope they are to your liking. Will you be retiring now? Yes. Very good, sir. I bid you a pleasant evening. Ooh, sandwich basket. Put sandwiches in my apartment! Oh, his apartment is terrible. Look at me. Oh, the lighting is so good. Freaking love it. I love this game. Aww. That face. Sandwiches? Handwritten missive. I hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. You probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett Silk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining. Desperate as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Not everything. Tell me about Seto. You're putting me off my dinner. Tell me about Seto.
What? What about Seto? What is there to say? All right. He's done some growing. When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big, and he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him.
Oh. Oh, the grin!
What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
He does have a chocobo. His chocobo's name is Kibo. He's a brown, fluffy chocobo. He doesn't really listen to what he says. But he's a good boy. Good morning, Dhim. Oh, he was hungry. Cute. Realpolitik. That's great. Okay. Party soon divided. Good morning to you, sir. I do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the ocular. He asks that you convene with them at your earliest convenience. Will do. Time. It's time. I like using the Ethernet to get around because it's just faster. Alright, into the ocular. Oh, it's so pretty!
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon?
He's so sad.
Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe. Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity. Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
Don't like how you're threatening him.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon?
I found out that Thancred is like canonically 50 years old. Man looks like he's early 20s. It's so weird.
Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters. Put each and every Light Warden to the sword. Prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die, hitting. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
Colonel, perhaps? Not one jot. I don't know, but if he crosses F's, I'll make him wish he hadn't.
I'm sure you will. But consider for a moment. If he meant simply to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Armarang, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Armarang in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Excellent.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Urianger used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
You're a guy?
'Twould be no trouble.
Yay, Urianger!
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
Aw.
What's that?
A missive from Lord Vorthry. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Lida Luran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphino, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance?
Of course.
Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Oh, you can kind of see, like, the lighting bouncing off his eyes in there. Like, not his actual eyelids, but you can see, like, the outlining of his eyes. He's such a badass. He's just like, yeah, I know it's a trap. I'm gonna walk right into it. Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There is a church, or rather, the ruins of a church at Fort Job. Might I ask that you go there before seeking Y'shtola? It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yet within that hall there remains a tablet whose writings I believe may prove useful to Y'shtola. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. Most considerate proposal. Very well. Ere we depart to Raktika, we shall journey unto Fort Yob, that we might secure this relic. I have no idea how it's actually pronounced, if it's Job or Yob. Alize. So many runes scattered throughout Armorang, I'm honestly not sure even where to start. I confess, a great deal of my time in Calusia was spent befriending the people, but that is not to say I gave no thought to our primary goal. Once I have escorted the exarch to Yulmore, you can be certain I will do all I can to discern the whereabouts of any warden that may be hiding in Calusia. Okay, so I did have a friend ferry me around the area recently. So I did unlock Fort Yob. So now I can teleport! Hey! Obviously I couldn't go to any of the zones that I haven't unlocked yet. But yeah, we just kind of flew around in this area in Lakeland, and I unlocked a bunch of stuff. The Thancred. Do not doubt this place may weather another assault by the Sin Eaters, but they cannot hope to hold it should the Yulmore soldiers return. Even with their limited numbers, the guard can use the terrain to their advantage. Perhaps I can convince the captain to lay a few traps out in the field. Thancred and I have come across these ruined churches before. I wish I could have seen them before the flood. The windows were a work of art, I'm told. Here amidst these ruins we will find the Church of First Light, and within that hallowed hall, the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as a testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building the majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable ties would drown nigh everyone, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from that fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, said to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Raktika Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Let's do it. Yoink. Hey, Thancred. This is it? This is it. This is it. Oh, and Urianger, what have you got to say? 'Twould be most unusual, but mayhap the hall was built below ground. Look at how there's like purple moss growing. This is so cool. And now I do wonder, is it like naturally purple, or is it just because it's been exposed to so much light? Because you know how like plants with the photosynthesis and everything? I wonder if the lights messed with that. That's why it turned purple. Aye. This is indeed the church we must seek. Or we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the church as I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls do not belong to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed, who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed. 'Twas beneath the shaded boughs of Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Yulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Y'shtola, in her seclusion, doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed and their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth the glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we'd better hurry up and find it. Ah. Sneaky, sneaky, beaky. Alright, now we gotta... Oh. We gotta stand on the destination again. Search your surroundings, find a tablet. It's a camera! It's a camera! Alright, let's see. Wait, I can target them. Were the tablet a fragment of Holy Scripture, 'twould most assuredly rest here on this altar. Yet this would, I presume, also have been where the blessed placed the font of seeing used in the practice of their faith. Whither, then, would they have set the tablet? Was this a tablet that they like or they don't like? Can anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? I wonder if Minfilia has anything to say. I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer. Okay. Thought I saw something flash over here. Okay. Nope. Oh! Hello! A time-worn tablet! You have located the time-worn tablet. Excellent. We did it! We did it totally intentionally. It wasn't by coincidence. Hey guys! My Mikote eyes. That point! What is that point? Within the altar, thou sayest. Oh my goodness. That's good. Naught escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious. These engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are writ in the script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. It will be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Y'shtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. A little faith. Into the dark. That's a cool name. Ere we depart, there is the custom of the Knights Blessed, which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that one's own name must ne'er be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and, in rare cases, masters their disciples. So it is that Y'shtola hath taken the name of Master Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her name in the blessed presence. With that in mind, let us speak to the guard who keepeth vigil at the great wood's border. Cool. Speak with Mirkant. This zone has some names. Like, legit. Watch as this This place is just gonna be, like, straight up just fort job. I'm gonna have been, like, pronouncing it all, trying to pronounce it all fancy. I just ran over graves. I'm a horrible person. Trying to pronounce it fancy this whole time. It's like, no, it's fort job. I'm gonna call it fort job. Boing, 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 boing. Look at that freaking... I wonder if I can take it. He's got a marker. He's a fancy boy. Should I try? I should try. Okay. So I don't know if that's actually the food I should be using or not. But it is the food that I am using. Oh, yeah. I'm just reaping. I don't know what to say, I'll say it anyway. Shit, this is why we can't have nice things. I killed it! I got nothing. That was not an efficient use of my time. Oh well. We had a murder. But it's okay, it was a bug. I just realized that's probably the mark for the hunt. And I just killed someone's mark. I am so sorry. Whoever that was, I am sorry. Hey guys. Ryunji. I pray thee, heed mine explanation of the blessed customs. 'Twould be ill-advised to provoke their ire. Okay. It would be good to see Y'shtola again. I know I have no reason to, but I can't help feeling nervous about meeting Y'shtola. Aw, she is kind of intimidating. Well met, traveler. What business brings you here? Yes, of course, right this way. See, Y'shtola could beat you up without breaking a sweat. That's why she's scary.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule! Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must,
but not your commentary.
What? Oh my word, that's great. So sassy. Okay, Emmett Dog, what do you have to say? What is it now? Do you expect me to regale you with friendly banter? Oh, very well, I'll humor you this once. You may consider it my latest act of good faith. Come on then, what do you wish to know? Why choose this form here in the first? Actually, never mind. I know why you chose this form. Well, what a curious question. Mortal flesh is but the vessel into which we Asians pour the elixir of our souls, molding it as fits the occasion. Or not, if you choose so. Be it for a year or a millennium, I prefer to retain the same form until my duty is done. So after arriving here in the first, I fashioned some helpless body into the man you see before you. Though as your friend over there can attest, there are those of us who forego such alterations. He was ever the rash one, La Habrea, jumping from vessel to vessel, never heeding the toll it took on him. What the heck? Actually, never mind. You have nothing to ask me. Why are you still here? Don't you have wardens to vanquish? A realm to save? He is so sassy. If he never opened his mouth again, it would be too soon. Thancred has told me of the Asians and what they have done. If he isn't willing to help us, is it wise to let him stay with us? I don't think we have a choice. 'Tis plain our Asian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead. Were it otherwise, he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner, and so long as the warden remaineth, the sin-eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. Now 'tis done. 'Tis but a matter of time before the blessings come. 2 years past, a swarm of sin-eaters did lay waste unto their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in so doing. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on, wayward souls who wanted a guiding hand. For mercy, Stola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps, to Fort Gone. Excellent. It's all burned up. Up. Yep. Up. Go. Bonk. Alright. Here we are. Let's see how this goes. Oh, jeez. This is one of the pastel filters.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now! Surround them!
Oh!
These Sin-Eaters, they're not like the others.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
We're not
It's a Sin-Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
No. Please, we're not Sin-Eaters. Koopa? Koopa?
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
He's getting in trouble. Look at his freaking face. Thancred's so mad at him. Oh, you troublemaker.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives.
That is one of the
You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so I retire to the shade. Good luck.
Don't. Yeah, that's gonna help. That's gonna help a lot.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runard, report.
Master Matoya!
She looks so good.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not. There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Hey, not a creature.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but 2 Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
It cannot be.
It's been too long, clearly. Nice to see you too, Master Matoya. Truly thought me a Sin Eater. Nice to see you too, Master Matoya. Smartass.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
We're too blessed. You have been busy since arriving in the First, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travels in more suitable surroundings. With Fort gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough. Get out of this one. So this place feels so good. I love the lighting. Y'shtola! Wait, there's no. Yeah, there's no. There you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the Twelves would, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. Whoops. Oh no, I didn't skip 2. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed. Is it blessed or blessed? Probably blessed. Oh, this is cool. I need to take some screenshots here. That is cool. Crystal! Sorry guys, I'm getting Crystal first, then I'll talk to you. Tomorrow, keep. Attuned to the Aetherite. I wonder if I can finish Raktika tonight. I doubt it, but I wonder if it's possible.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements.
It's blessed.
They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
Love this zone, and the red candles are so cool. Oh, that bow! Can I get that bow?
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people.
I don't need a feast. I'm just happy to have her.
Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
So
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own.
sounds about
My
right.
work eventually led me here to the forest, which I have come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded.
Well, I can fix that.
Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
Are they that intelligent?
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me.
Use a bit.
Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Stola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Ooh, savage. I bet I had to mute myself. Noise in the background.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Ooh, he is pissed, and my shoulder is popping. Ow, that actually hurt. Oh, been feeling it. No. Sweet.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life.
Oh, that is a good scene. That hits hard. Why are those apples so big?
But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
Alright. I like that Y'shtola is kind of giving wisdom to everyone. I'm not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has never been a man of considerable... He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alize and Alphino have changed since arriving here in the first. Change is part of life. We can but hope it's changed for the better. Perhaps you should be concerned with how you have changed. I realize I am not as I was on the source, but I cannot say I regret the decisions that allowed me to come this far. Returning to the matter at hand, I must really begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbow. If there is anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. I wish I'd know. Oh, sweet. No. No. Oh, no. No. It was really unnecessary to bring up that topic in front of the poor kid. When Y'shtola first arrived in the first, she made swift work of the Cabinet of Curiosity. Her thirst yet unsated, she then journeyed hither, seeking the wisdom of Ronka. She found little in the way of welcome from the blessed, however. 'Twas not until the Great Fire, where she denied the Sin-Eaters the feast of ether, that she gained their trust. Since then, I have served as a liaison twixt Slitherbow and the Crystarium, that she might be kept abreast of others' efforts. I've instructed Runar to help you with anything you should require. Excellent. Alright. Percival, that's a cool name. I should check the mender. Okay, good, it's not that. I've been grinding for tombstones, because the tombstone mender's up, so all my gear is kind of meh. In terms of needing repairs. Welcome, friend. Welcome! My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From the Crystarium. I see. And this tablet you've brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika. Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Minvilia, would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, of course! Oh my gosh, that was cute. Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? Not for her, we may have all perished in the Great Fire. With our priests slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again, now that she is with us. I have no doubt the others feel the same. Not sure they feel quite the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service to the dark. He is smitten. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbow. To show reverence to the dark. In a word, yes, but fear not, it's not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Tempted to put on one of Dhim's other Reaper costumes for this, because I did make him one. Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple but perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment that I might rid you of light's impurity? Please, this will only take a minute. Oh, / kneel before Runar. I have already targeted him. What am I doing? Oh, the music. I love this music. It's a good show. You've been cleansed. As Runar lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. Ooh, spicy water. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? I wonder if it's umbral. Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A prickling sensation. No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say that it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect, unless... By the gods, Master Matoya was right! You are Sin Eaters! I just. What you felt was likely no more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alin Tuta. In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture that we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. Oh, that laugh. You need not worry. Merely speak the words Alin Tuta, and they will know you are as friends of the Blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. Excellent. With the chat mode in Say, enter Alin Tuta, and to greet the villagers of Slitherbow. Cool. Well, since I've been cleansed, that's an excuse to put on a new outfit. So, that's what we're gonna do. I got these pants from the dungeon we did in Allminster Switch, the first dungeon. And I decided I need to make a glam, and I didn't have any shirt that worked with it, so I ended up dressing him up like this, but I kind of like it. I think it's cool. Alright. So I gotta set this to Say. Placid Elder. Nope. Alin Tuta. Not with the capital T. That did not work. Do I need it to be uncapitalized? Yep, uncapitalized. The elderly woman smiles warmly. Hey, I did good. You know, being that he's a Reaper, this is a very, very fitting thing for the Warrior of Darkness. That title suits him so well. I think it's like Ace Gear. I pronounced that wrong, I'm sure. Alin Chisi, welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see, but fear not. Our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. You have medicinal tea? Tea's in there. You're more than welcome to our medicines friend. You need only ask. And one more. Down there. I want the gear. Ah, a newly come traveler, Alin Chisi, and welcome to Slitherbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are quite an taciturn people, silent and serene as the sunless sea. Quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Oh, that's cool. They're quiet because it's easier to keep themselves safe, which I suppose makes sense if you're in a place that's gonna kill you. That's why prey animals, rabbits, mice, and everything are so quiet. But, you know, it's still good. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but I'm already starting to feel at home. There is still much I have to learn about the Knight's Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they've built such a thriving community. Love that I'm level 74 quests, almost halfway through. Ah, you were returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we've had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions, or there is anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment. But if you would be willing to lend a hand, it would be my pleasure. I'd rather not. Lazy boy. Come now, it is but a single task. As reward, I will give you an extra helping of my famous stew at dinner. Absolutely, I'll do it. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. That's a large jug. May I help too? It's like 3 times your size. Of course, one of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Ursabel when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. The blue candles. Right then, I'll fill you water. I'll fill, comma, you water. Not I'll fill you water. This was the only jug I could find, which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You'll need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. What? Take the jug of water to the square before the contents leak out. You will have 45 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return to Minfilia and try again. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, I can't sprint. Go, Dhim, go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Looking on the map. There's my destination. I got 31 seconds left. Here we go, here we go. Let's go. You've watered half the plot. Fetch another jug to take care of the rest. Oh no! Well, I may as well sprint since I can't use it. Is there enough water for the plot? Only half. I see. Well, let me refill the jug for you. Take another jug. You will have 30 seconds. Oh gosh. Run, 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 run. Run, run. Go fast, go fast, go fast. Go fast. You're going so slow? Okay, good. Going the right way. Oh dear. This should not be as stressful as it is. 15 seconds. Okay, I was panicking over nothing. The whole plot has now been thoroughly watered. Excellent. Look at his abs. It's like definition goals. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? You watered the crops. Ah, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering crops was always Tadia's duty, but she's no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty. Though never with guests, you are most kind. Is there anything else we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. It is very cute. Don't know how you manage. Have the blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Ain't that true? Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own in the Raktika Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told, and one that is lived. Like so many in those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything. Their homes, their loved ones, all they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin-eaters. People were without answers, without hope. Their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But soon they realized that where there is light, there must be darkness. And in that truth, they found new faith. A belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies and the sunless sea above. That is why we pray, for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss. for the return of night, that we might someday look upon the kingdom of heaven with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reasons our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left for us. This we must do for them, our children, and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. That expression is unnecessary. Oh, that's hard-hitting. Let's see. Lost but not forgotten. Done tending to the crops already? Yep. Very good. It should not be long before your room is ready. Runar! Oh dear. So many emotes I want. In the woods. Sin eaters. I fear they may have the touch. The touch? Where? In the grove to the southwest. For a mercy, they've yet to wander any closer to Slitherbow. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. But sir, what of Tadia's heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Times for sin eaters to appear. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down. But if they indeed have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days past, Tadia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by sin eaters. We succeeded in retrieving her body, but in our haste we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All of the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is the custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at their funeral, as an offering to the heavens. Now, What if I could find it for you? I have experience fighting sin eaters, and the light's corruption does not touch me like it does others. Master Matoya called you Minfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Minfilia, descended from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the Blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't stand by knowing that your people are in need and I can help. Please let me do this. Very well. But if the danger proves too great, you must retreat. I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? Don't worry, I'll come with you. Thancred doesn't need to know. We just won't tell him. What? Do you mean to say you'll come with me? Obviously. Gonna kiss some senator butt. Thank you. Let's hurry then, before he returns. Go swiftly, and may the shadows keep you both. Luminar is perfect between the T and the A on that. That's great. Okay. Let's see how we get over here. Alright, this way. Yes. Bonk, 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 bonk. It's necessary to do hops. So, one of my favorite new pastimes is finding ways to climb up people's furniture in their houses. Like, I just go into people's houses and see how high I can climb. It's great. Here's our destination. Alright, Amelia. Not seeing anything. She has glowing daggers. It's so cool. There, the Sin Eaters. Oh yeah, that's definitely one. 2. Don't like that. I was hoping there would only be one. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. Let's get to it then. Perhaps we should split up. What do you propose we do? Let's get to it then. What? Shouldn't we make a plan first? Though, there are only 2. Dhim doesn't plan, he just kills. I'll draw one of them away. You can deal with the other. Oh, that's a bad idea. Oh, if these aren't... yawn got me. If these aren't as strong as normal light wardens, then you should be okay. I'm under attack. Oh, this is cool. Oh my gosh. I've never actually seen what he looks like in this pose. Jeez, that's badass. Oh my word. He's even got like... Oh, hello. Hi, buddy. Let's go. Stop admiring his Reaper ones. I'm distracted. I'm very easily distracted. Oh, dang. Amphilia, did you take it out? Look at you. Dhim, there you are. It's done. Though I fear I was a bit careless. I'll do better next time, I promise. You okay? That's gonna kill me. Hope she's okay. I'm fine. You needn't worry about me. More importantly, we have to find that Heartstone. Hi, kitty. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in the bush. Yes, I hear you. Do you want lamp? Would you like ups? Up, but she's not coming when I say up. There we go. Hopefully she'll stop bothering me. Are you done? You're done with the ups? Okay. That lasted all of like 5 seconds. to be no trace of the Heartstone here. Okay. Guess we're looking for more glitters. We have some. Another pile of leaves. No trace of the Heartstone. Pardon me. Keep getting these hiccups. Isn't that the one I just checked? I think it is. Oh, here's another one. Oh, this one's longer. Brush away the leaves and uncover a brilliant green gem. Perfect. There she is. Just running straight through beetles. Did you have any luck? Jade's Heartstone, a keepsake of what's belonging to Tadia of the Knight's Blessing. It's beautiful. This has to be it. You know, Thancred always said you were a man of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm to be even half the hero you are. Hero she was. I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Slitherbow. Runar and the others are probably worried. She's so much pressure on herself. You know when you try to drink water and then you have to drink it? Just completely ignore that fate there, like. It's okay, they'll be fine. Can I get in this one? No. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna beat the entire zone tonight. That's okay. We'll play for another 40-ish minutes or so. Thank goodness you are safe. I had begun to fear the worst. That is dark. You found it. We can proceed with her service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits into the sunless sea in the hereafter. Even should we be felled by the Sin Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace in the dark. Oh, that's a cute outfit. Words fail to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the blessed. I must insist you and your friends attend Tadia's service as honored guests. There is much we must do to prepare, but please go and inform the others that it will be held in the darker. When you arrive, there should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings. Oh, Thancred. Well, out with it then. Oh, he's gonna be mad. Dhim and I learned so much about the Knight's Blessed while you were away. And we helped them recover a lost heirloom out in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were Sin Eaters, and as long as he accompanied you. But do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you... Let's just say a little bird told me. And it's telling me now that Dhima has business with us. His intuition. Is something the matter? They've asked us to attend the service. Of course we'll go. It's being held in the darker, is it? We'll take care not to be late, I promise. Such a relief to know everything is going as planned. I'll join you in the darker shortly. Between your earlier excursion and my patrol of the areas for Sin Eaters, hopefully Y'shtola and Arianje will be able to finish their work in peace. That would be nice. Give them a little bit of work. So this is the darker, huh? This is cool. Oh, wow. Wow. This is so cool. Placid Elder. The elderly woman hands you a candle. She then points over at a nearby corner where you might place it. Blue flamed candle. A handmade candle of the Night's Blessed. It burns an eerie blue when lit. Interesting.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Of course you stole it. It's your people.
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
Call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul unto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
Seems to feel a certain way about that. It's a really touching cutscene.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
have liked to have met her. You know I don't deserve such reverence.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
You need to be forgiven. You said good things.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact.
Did you translate it?
Urianger and I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Excellent. What? Someone just posted a meme that's like, if you're bored, break your thumb ligament. Please don't do that. That's not healthy. That is pain and suffering. I'm so tempted to jump in this. I know that's not respectful, but I really want to. I want to jump in it. I want to jump in it very badly. Okay, I missed, so I won't. Very anticlimactic. Nyom. Alright, let's go to the Gestalt study and actually do what we're supposed to be doing. Nyom. 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 Hey. Good, you're here. Thanks to the Exarch's gift, our next course of action is now clear. Say goodbye. Stirring up trouble. Oh, it's Dhim's quest. This is for him. This is for him. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkin Empire and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. Do you think this ancient petition will somehow allow us to get into Yixmaya? Indeed we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally of the Ronkin Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruins' protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Ronkin texts and translations into a more modern dialect, which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Sitia, quite close to Slitherbow, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in possession of a rather radical faction of Dark Worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must first infiltrate their encampment. I have no intentions of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I'm afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. Got it. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we are to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. It won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. That smug bow. Oh, he's so haughty. Then let us convene outside, to the west of Slitherbow where the path diverges. Why are your abs so defined? Sir, can I have your workout routine? Alright, I'm going. I'm going. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. SDS Finner. Finner! I knew. I can't wait to get flight. Blessed. Right? It's right up here. There they are. The mini-map is wonderful. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share of their recent activity, but we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they can cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending themselves against such a madman. My word. Really quick. Chat. We don't need to deal with that. Ain't buying nothing. I think I got money for that. Why would I do that? Alright. Thing again about it being overlocked, just I don't have to worry about this. Did our work. Okay. I'll just interfere with you. Hello, Blessed Watchman. Ooh, an Aetherker. By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you are unharmed. You would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya, then? My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them into much greater numbers, as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? Could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose in the nests and we will have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything that we might be able to use? We should have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outposts and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit, but once they're knocked out, the beehives will bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Axel. Bonk. And the wind, the area, the wind. There. That's a cool area, or city, or building, whatever that is. It's a cool idea. Oh, with supplies. Excellent. Add notes to people who get man. You can. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Too difficult. Use a smoke bomb on Theo. He's beginning to swarm. Can I use a smoke bomb? Nope. Wasn't worth a shot. Use burlap sack. Take these from you. Okay, I see. It's a bit confused. So I need another beehive. We should do it. Beehive or something. That's terrible. Why did I say that? Suck. There we go. That was quick. Quick and easy. The guard returned to Slitherbound, but not before offering his thanks. As for the bees, Thancred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? Buzzing burlap sack. For God's sake, don't let them out. That's good. This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. Hey, stirring up trouble. A beautiful plan. I love this game. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spiders' nests. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. I don't want to go to... Can you guys handle the spiders? I don't like them. That's a lot of water. I don't like spiders. Growing up, I was like really badly arachnophobic. I've gotten significantly better, but it still freaks me out. A lot of them I can't fight in video games looking at the screen properly. It just freaks me out too much. So I'd rather not go in. Oh, cool. Are we gonna skip it? Are you guys gonna handle it for me? Up there is the airway. Do you see it? Oh, it's a big airway. A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though But we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it closed, enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? Yeah, Thancred! Throw it! That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees by the abyss, they're everywhere! Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders! Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it any signs of the struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy you stolen more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. Got it. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if you are both ready, let's do it. I still can't believe Thancred's like 15. I swear that man's like 25, maybe 30 at the most. There can't. I have to. It's Final Fantasy XIV, Thancred age. That's not it. How old is he? Okay. This is saying that he's like 30. Cursor Google search. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Sure. There's, I don't know. The man does not seem like he's 50. Oh. See, this is what's nice about being overleveled. I don't have to deal with these guys who normally fight me. They know not to mess with the warrior. Like, I mean the warrior of darkness. They're like, no, not touching that. Dhim is that. The font of scene suggests this is a chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further... Search more. The balls. Oh, the balls! The cave paintings! Yes, this is it. It will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We are not like to come here a second time. 'Twould behoove us to learn all that we can. Oh, so this is like before the flood. I wonder how old they are. This dimension. It's gonna be another... Yep! Another viewing. The mural appears very old. A ruler sits atop a throne, attended by their subjects. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surrounding the warrior rejoicing in their victory. The mural appears to be fairly old. The knight shields himself and their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. Bert's this warrior of light. The first, so it's probably him.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends, a tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses.
So sad.
Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
It's not really what to do it.
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
Freaking Lahi. Every time. I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Dhim, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Depictions of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. Let us hurry to the Slitherbough. The others are waiting. After we've returned, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Bruno will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. Oh, can I teleport? I can! I am teleporting! Can't be bothered to walk. The guard told me you left with Master Matoya to Woven Oath. And no sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe, and that is all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat over there by the fire? The stew will soon be ready. Look at him. Hello. You're so much taller than me. I feel so tiny. Tiny. Okay. Destination for navigation. Something about sensation. Look, the cat sit! The cat sit! He's doing the cat sit!
Strange. The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer. We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it? The blessing may spare him the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. He is not as he was in the Source. Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that he has been suffused with their light.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already. Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions. But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy. I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed, everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Help! Someone help! The Ilmorans have come for us! We're under attack!
What? Of course they're here. Meanwhile, in Yulmore. Such a badass.
Lord Forthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say, how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
Flatterer.
And you as disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling Warriors of Darkness. They have slain Sin-Eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy. And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers, so I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream, an exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin-Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation. With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion. They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king, nay, a god. I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss. Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need. Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power.
Damn.
But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now, and the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making, or even 100?
You underestimate them, Lord Thorthry. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know, that their children may never know. I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears. These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains, and I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
Damn.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
Not yours. It's chest.
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Oh, why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable! Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eaters' defense. Insurrection will not be tolerated!
Insurrection.
The people of this world are mine to rule, mine to command. And you are no exception! How did he?
He was an illusion.
Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
I do. I presume that is your doing. If you have come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands.
Oh, you son of a... Kick his ass, I wanna kick his ass, I wanna kick his ass.
By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
Is that so? And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness?
We have reached an accord, yes. Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulmore's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith. You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed. Little wonder the Warrior of Darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed Shadow at bay.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmore to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, that you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those zealots?
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
How?
And should we refuse?
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmore, and dealt with as such.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
This is not what you want to have happen. Okay, I'm gonna turn this in. The guard hath been afflicted with a most terrible and efficacious poison. We have attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poison's advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. Alright. And with that, I'm gonna call it a night. Because it is late. So we're gonna leave it off on a cliffhanger. And next time we come back, we'll see how we're gonna deal with the Yulmoran army teaming up with the Children of Darkness to try and get rid of the Knights Blessed. And see how the Exarch is doing. thank you all for tagging along. It's been a great time.